What's up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I come you guys because we're going to be taking a look at the OCG's Forbidden Limited List, which will be effective for them July 1st. I didn't get a chance to look at it. I heard it had came out, and I'm going to be taking a full observation of it and giving my full, an honest opinion about this list, just like I did with the TCGs. And if you guys want to, contribute to the conversation, of course, the comment section is open for such. So, let's take a look at it. And this is the full list of soaps. So, newly forbidden, they have Link Cross. Newly semi-limited, which means there's no limited cards. Okay. Um, White Dragon, Wyvern Buster, Makira the Destroyer, Necrophase, Lone Fire Blossom. And then the no longer limited DC Diva and Track Connect. So um, this is very, of course, multiple cards, almost triple the cards unbanned or changed in the TCG. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, literally double of what we've received on our list in terms of changes. Um, Obviously double of the no longer limited section. But the big hit here, looking at it, is of course Link Cross. This is a monster the TCG, if you were in North America, just recently got about for 2 weeks now. And this monster is kind of part of the combination of why people do not like this card. For the fact that it helps in terms of Haliquifabrex or Haliquifibrex. I think that's how its name is supposed to be pronounced in the TCG OCG translation. Um, it's kind of it's not random to look at in terms of it because I can only give you my casual player opinion and say that I think this was a smart hit to do on the list. This is probably because this is token makers are what generally gets things hit, thanks to the link mechanic. As we all seen, multiple cards that have generated tokens have seen some type of restriction, and I'm talking the generic builds of cards. So stuff like Scapegoat going to one, Vayu, not Vayu, but Gofu, the Vague Shadow, Grinder Golem, Dandelion, all got hit because they, just like Link Cross, can generate massive amount of tokens. There's really no big drawback except for the tokens can be used for a Link summon. However, that's where Haliquifibrex comes in, or Hollyfibrex. Don't know how most people pronounce it, but I'm gonna pronounce it as I can. I'm gonna call it Haliquifibrex because I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. But yeah, Haliquifibrex plus go into this card. There's tokens. Um, Uses ability to drop a, what is it, a synchro tuner, which there's a lot of them, and then you can easily synchro because of that. So yeah, this kind of had to get the hammer. I'm shocked they didn't hit Haliquifibrex, but I wouldn't be surprised if their next list that gets hit to one. Next up, let's take a look at the semi-limited. The semi-limited isn't too strange for me, except for one choice. And I'm looking at White Dragon Wyvern Buster. I don't know if the best. I don't know if either of the dragons are limited or were limited. But I'm very curious to why Wyvern Buster got hit, but Collapsed Serpent didn't. I have to look more into it, but yeah, I don't. Uh, it is what it is type of situation. I figured both would probably get hit because both of them are equally, you know, destructive in what they do. Okay. I mean, whatever helps, helps. Um, Makira the Destroyer. This is a monster that got unbanned with an errata. And the errata, if I'm not mistaken, literally just says, excuse me, is that if this card is on the field and sent to the graveyard at the end until the end phase of the turn, you can activate one spell. You activate one trap card from your directly from your hand. So it basically can make that card a hand trap. The crazy thing about this is that how broken Makira was previously, because the original effect of Makira was if this card is sent to the graveyard this turn, until the end phase of the turn, you can activate trap cards from your hand. Pretty much, I know you can activate set trap cards on your field. That's the turn you set them, which is pretty much similar to Temple of the Kings, and everybody knows Temple of the Kings had to be errata because of how broken Temple of the Kings was. It wasn't the special summon, and it was the special summon. It was the ability to play traps without any consequences to them. It was just the whole nine, and that's similar situation with Makira, because there's ways to send tons of cards to the graveyard um, to activate effects. Foolish Burial, various monster effects, and various other spells and traps. So to errata this card to say once per turn, and then only activating one trap card um, per effect, limited it out. And now it's at two, so we wouldn't be surprised if it gets the multiples. And I mean, the card itself, with a lot of other cards in the game getting erratas, which are the Black Forest, Gmok, Sangan, stuff like that getting errata and then coming back after so long is probably what a lot of people are looking for. Necroface. This is probably an answer to that whole um, setup deck, the anti-meta one with what was it? The Castle of Strongbird, the Eater of a Millions, and then that other creature thing, Gazette, because I can't remember the name of itself. It's kind of an inverse sort with this card because Necroface has the ability to return banished cards back to the deck. In exchange, she gains 100 attack. It gains 100 attack and defense. I mean, 100 attack for each card sent back, which kind of bites the deck, but gives you a giant beater on a normal summon. Then also remember, if Necroface gets banished, you are able to banish the top 5 cards of each player's decks. So, face out can still be a thing because Necroface is in once per turn. Then the fact that this card is also an answer to a lot of cards that do banish cards through effects. So it's a double-edged sword, which is probably why the OCG still has it too. Lone Fire is just it's a sequential attachment to the fact that, well, the thing about this card is Lone Fire was only hit because Lone Fire is a generic support for a specific type. That specific type can be splashed into multiple things to create multiple variations of decks. Lone Fire can get Predaplants. Predaplants can get fusion support. Lone Fire can get Dandelion. Dandelion generates tokens. Blow Bulb and Spore are both plant type tuners. There are specific plant archetypes that can benefit from summon Lone Fire Blossom, pop Lone Fire Blossom, pop Lone Fire Blossom, pop Lone Fire Blossom, summon giant plant monster that's probably indestructible with literally the effects of one monster. And that's literally why Lone Fire is where it is. Lone Fire wasn't too completely broken because, of course, there are ways to style Lone Fire Blossom. Cards like Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs and Effect Veiler, who can easily stop this card's effect. You can also use other cards to negate its ability to special summon other monsters, or attribute itself to summon other monsters. So, Lone Fire being it too is probably just a way of saying we know there's no insert plant monster here to reuse till it's time to give you guys insert plant monster here to reuse. So, there's the Lone Fire Blossoms. Now let's look at the no longer limited. Of course, we have to start off with DC Diva. Diva has the Deep Sea archetype to help support a lot of the plays that Water initially tried to do in its earlier stages, just couldn't do it right. Now they're doing it right because you have Deep Sea, Mermail, Atlantean, um, Toad deck here. And the crazy thing about this is that you can stretch this into just saying the hybrid water deck. Splash in a couple of tuners, get you a Genex controller and some Undines, and bam, you really got a deck going for you with a ton of support that can stretch between all the types that water fits. Sea Serpent, Aqua, and Fish. Then also you can insert the Genex Undine to help you go get the setup for your water monsters. Take advantage of your mermails, like, I don't know, mermail prince, in, mermail. I don't even know, do they even run her anymore? Do they run, what's her name? Is the cute one, but she got all the big monsters. Um, Mermail Abyss. Did they run Lynn? Is that her name? Yeah, Abyssal Lynn. And she was the one that if she got sent to the graveyard by a card effect, just summon a Mermail monster from your deck to the field. Yeah, she's still probably used. I don't know, because I don't play Mermail. I don't play Water. Or, well, scratch that. I play Water, I just don't play Mermail. So, I wouldn't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if there was ways to abuse a lot of that. And Diva has been one of the longest tuners in the game that has been fluctuating between the list. Second to her is Glow Up Bulb, Viral. Next to her is Glow Up Bulb, Spore, and Gale in terms of that. And when the game started, her, Gale, Krebins, they were all part of the sets of tuners that were just really, really broken and had a lot of things going to them, which is why a lot of the support around them ended up getting hit. And then they came back, with additional new support and stuff like that. So it's not a surprise that Diva's back at 3 in both the OCG and the TCG. I think this is to promote more play with water, but eventually it'll get hit again. Um, then Dry Connect. That's just Link's Turbo with this card. And I know this card was either semi-limited or no, I think this card was limited in the OCG. Wasn't touched here because the thing is, I'm surprised no one abuses Dry Connect in Link decks. Because you can just get any level 2 or lower normal monster from your hand or deck and put it onto the field. And I know there's some tuners that are normal monsters that you can take and then go into Halley for Brex with. But maybe a lot of people aren't doing that because they kind of don't want to splash in the normal monster and have to risk the whole Garnet situation with it. So, yeah. But my full opinion of this is I think, yes, this is a lot better than what the TCG got. I wouldn't be surprised if the TCG takes some looks at it in terms of what it is fooling. Um, my honest final thoughts to this is that hopefully when the next TCG list comes in September, we see some similar setups or changes. I don't really post a lot of my opinions about the ban list or stuff like that, but I figured a lot of people would like to hear my opinion on it. So I want to end the video here. So thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. And of course, I will see you guys next time. HTJ, signing out.